Yeah, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. What I thought I'd do today is we got a little construction project going, and the fella from where we buy our expanded metal or our reinforcing wire for the concrete, he watches the channel, so I thought I'd show him what we do with the steel that we buy. What we're going to do today, this is our intake. This is pit 6. This is where we unload corn, crusher beans, wheat, along with pit 10, which dumps into these two big tanks. But anyway, we find this hill's a little bit too steep, and we built these bins, this bin 2 years ago, and you always run out of time. What we like to do is pour a little bit of cement, like our concrete, like this here. This is only 2 inches thick, and we just use it so we can clean up, because there's always a little red dog and bean dust and everything else, and as you can see, it's washing out a little bit under that footing, so we'll put concrete right up to that. It just makes it a little tidier, and then we'll slope it to that catch basin and that kind of a thing. And what we do, we load bulk soybeans in containers around here. We have trouble, as you can see, there's 2 holes here. The lift truck gets stuck in the winter because this is on the north side of the bin, and never gets sunshine over here, and we've been getting stuck in here. And we built this bin last year and never got the concrete poured around these fans and things, so we're going to try to get that done today. Whether we'll get it poured or not, we'll try to get it ready. We decided that I wanted to just pour a little small slab, and Craig comes along and he says, well, if you're going to do it, let's get her done. So we're going to pour a slab 20 by 100 feet. And first job we've got to do is bust some of this concrete out so we can marry the new concrete into the old stuff. Unfortunately, there's a crack right here, and what we're going to do is just saw cut this about where this crack is, and we'll saw cut it back probably 3 or 4 feet, and then we'll dig this concrete out, and then the rest of this concrete will just go on top of it, so it'll be 12 inches thick here for a while. But anyway, that's today's job. I'll maybe, I'm going to have the camera in the backhoe. I'll maybe grab it as the job progresses and you can see how we get along. Well, he's cutting the cement on the intake. I don't know whether he'll get her deep enough. There's probably 8 inches of concrete there. It's going to be a little tough to get that out, but we'll see what happens. Isaac, he's here on the job. Isaac, he's kind of our go-to man for any of these projects. He seems to not care what he's taken on, good or bad. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I'll probably get a few more shots as we progress here. He's got a few lines up. We'll see what goes on. Okay, it's Saturday morning. There's no one here. I'm just coming back to our project here at the pit 6. What they did yesterday after I left, I had to be away yesterday afternoon. Plus there was too many workers here for me. What we're gonna do is, in this area here, we're going to put in 8 inches of concrete. This is where we had to tear the old concrete out. We cut it, and then we're going to hook on to where that leaves off and go down here about 100 feet. It's about 20 feet wide, roughly. They've got it pretty well formed up, and yesterday it snowed all afternoon. It was not a day to pour concrete, but it was a day to get it ready. This area in here, what we do and we've done it with most of our bins, we'll put about 2 inches of concrete in just so we can clean it up. And we already have catch basins in place to take the water away. And that little bit of concrete just makes it so it's, well, a lot of things, easier to keep the rodents out, easier to keep it clean. And then when it rains, it kind of washes some of the lighter stuff's gone, and it just looks a little better, I guess. So what they're gonna do is come in here Monday morning, throw a little bit of wire down. We've got it all here. We'll throw a wire mesh down and pour this concrete, and we'll end wherever it works out here. I don't know. There's another catch basin buried in here, and we're gonna put 2 inches in here too. And as you can see, if you don't have the concrete, what happens, the rain kind of washes out underneath here, because these are floating slabs on top of the gravel, and eventually it washes that out, and it is a chance for rodents to get in there. So I just thought, since there was nobody here this morning, I'd bring you up to date on the plan here. It's going to look really nice. We're using 6 gauge wire, which is heavy, but there's a lot of semis come down through here, and like I always say, what we lack in engineering we make up in material. So I'll come back here Monday when they're pouring concrete and get a little bit of footage maybe. Yeah, well, it's Monday morning and I'm back out here, and I got Isaac with me. How are you, Isaac?
Not bad. Ready to get to work.
We're being sociably distanced here. Anyway, like I said on Saturday, now he's got the mesh laid in here. And oh, he's got her pinned. Tell us about this, Isaac. Why you got what are these pins for here?
So that it holds the wall in so the wall will never push out. The pad sits on top, and then the pins hold it so that it can't fall apart. Gotta make sure the trucks can drive over it and it won't go anywhere.
When you got pins in here, I hear cement truck.
Yeah, pins in there so that where we join the concrete so that it won't separate, so one won't heave more than the other. They'll all be equal. So just this thing.
So you're gonna pour. When are you gonna pour this?
We're gonna pour this today in about 10 minutes, and that there either tomorrow or Wednesday.
Oh, just pour all the high.
We're gonna do all the high stuff today, and then the low stuff tomorrow.
Perfect. What I wanted, always putting more pins in. There's more mesh over there by that pile of cement.
Yep.
3 or 4 pieces. I'll come back when you're pouring here in a little bit. I started with these videos. I wanted to show you all the things that go on in agriculture. And today, it's not that we haven't done anything all winter, but today it seems like everything's happening all at once. And that's the way it goes. And later this week, we're gonna start planting corn. And we'll get a few videos of that, I guess. So, we're putting in 6 gauge wire in this concrete. It's 3,500 PSI, I believe, concrete. And it's anywhere from 7 to 8.5 inches thick. A lot of semis go down through here. We load out of these overheads. And this is our intake for unloading, and so there's a lot of stuff goes through here in a year's time. What Isaac's using there is a power screed, and they just kind of put it in kind of half close, and then he goes along with that screed and levels it off. Saves a lot of work. Then in here is where they're going to put in just 2 inches thick, just so we can sweep in here. The most important job is lifting that wire, and it's about the worst job there is. Trust me, I've done it before. Sucks. Get that poured, and then they'll have to come along this afternoon, or not this afternoon, tomorrow, and cut it. And really all the cuts for is to control where it's going to break, because like Isaac says, there's 2 kinds of concrete. There's concrete with a crack in it, and there's concrete that's going to crack. So what we try to do is cut it, then you control where the crack goes. And this slab is going to be 100 feet long, so it'll have to be cut into probably 10 by 10 pieces, and that'll control the cut, the crack. Anyway, I'll come back to this when they get a little farther along. Well, good morning. This is a couple of days after the I showed you where they were doing the concrete. They've got this concrete poured, and they haven't poured the sweeping floor yet. I'm not sure what we ended up getting in here, but we've got it kind of blocked off so they can't get on here with any vehicles. And it turned out pretty nice. We've got the guys were here yesterday and stripped the forms and cut the concrete. We try to cut it in roughly 10-foot squares to control the cracks. There's going to be a lot of trucks drive over this, and it will crack somewhere. So we ended up, it's at this end it's 20 feet wide, at the other end it's closer to 30, and it's gonna be nice. So I just thought I would bring you out here and show you what this ended up like. And I kind of did this video of this construction job from start to end, and all we've got to do now is put a little gravel around the outside, but we'll wait about a week or more, because if we get gravel around here so they can drive on it, somebody will drive on it, and we want to wait. Should wait 28 days, but even a week is good. So I'm gonna cut this video off here. It's getting pretty long. Cameron's gonna have a bunch of pieces to piece together. I just want to thank you for watching, taking the time. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. One more thing, we now have a video, or a web address. If you've got any suggestions or comments, I don't really see the comments because Cameron does all the editing. He sees all the comments, and he just relays, I guess he relays the good ones to me, not the bad ones, which is okay. But if you go on the web, our address is soybeanman@jacksonseedservice.com. No S on the end of seeds, it's just singular. So soybeanman@jacksonseedservice.com. That'll come right here into my shirt pocket, and I can get your comments, good or bad. I don't know, I can take criticism, shit. I got a pretty thick skin, I guess. Anyway, we've kind of started farming. I don't know how much farming videos you want to see, but the next 2 weeks is going to be a lot of seat time. Anyway, that's going to be it for today.